Hi, my name is Darius Amiri. I am an immigration attorney and the chair of the immigration department at Rose Law Group, a law firm based out of Scottsdale, Arizona. Today is April 21st, and last night in the evening, President Trump tweeted that he would be suspending immigration into the United States. Took a lot of us off guard, and I wanted to jump on video real quick and provide some updates as to what we think that might mean for our clients, potential clients, and anyone with immigration-related concerns in the States. So first off, I want to read the actual tweet. It was, in light of the attack from the invisible enemy, as well as the need to protect jobs of our great American citizens, I will be signing an executive order to temporarily suspend immigration into the United States. Okay, so aside from the theater, the political theater, and the impact that tweet may have had, I wanted to talk about what exactly does that tweet mean? Can the president actually do something like this? And then what would those implications be? So the fear that I and many of my colleagues have is that what Trump is purporting to do in this tweet would even go beyond many of the aggressive measures his administration has already taken to curtail immigration in the United States. So the tweet mentions a suspension of all immigration to the United States. So beyond making it more difficult, increasing fees, changing some of the way cases are processed, what we would see is some kind of a halt through executive order on any immigration. That could mean someone who wanted to come here on a tourist visa. It could mean a foreign student who has applied to study here in the United States. It could mean even the issuance of green cards, which is a way for someone to obtain lawful permanent residency, often through an employer or through a spouse or a family member. And that's the fear here, that what the president is purporting to do would expand the scope of what they've already done in terms of curtailing immigration in the United States. And it's a very real concern. So as a practicing immigration attorney who represents clients in Arizona, California, the Ninth Circuit, the Board of Immigration Appeals and consulates throughout the world, as much as it pains me to say so, I would say that yes, the president can and really has been effectively restraining immigration, legal immigration in particular, to the United States since the advent of his presidency. So we've seen unprecedented restrictions on legal immigration in terms of advanced processing times for applications that used to be very straightforward, increases in filing fees, the elimination of certain programs for entrepreneurs, immigrant entrepreneurs, the suspension of premium processing to get fast decisions on filings, the restriction for asylum seekers who might have traveled through a third country before coming to the United States to not qualify, or the remain in place programs instituted to keep foreign nationals who will seek asylum at the border to actually await those programs in Mexico rather than being in the United States pending the outcome of their court proceedings or in an immigration court in the United States. So we've seen a lot of this administration from day one coming out very aggressively towards immigration. And so yes, this would be just another step in line of taking aggressive measures against immigration, whether it's to play for political points or otherwise. But it is something we have seen, and this would just be another step in the evolution of the game plan of this administration. Now, I do anticipate there would be exceptions or carve-outs from this proposed executive order, especially where it, in terms of agricultural or hospitality or other seasonal types of immigration labor, where you typically aren't displacing a lot of American jobs, and you typically don't have a lot of Americans lining up to do these types of jobs. Our economy really is reliant on a lot of foreign labor, especially in agriculture, hospitality, things like that, where I don't see this administration trying to adversely affect our economy. I think the intent would be the opposite. So I do see exceptions to be made in those fields, but I do ultimately think that whatever order is issued will be challenged, probably immediately in court, in the form of maybe a temporary restraining order filed by organizations like the ACLU or other public interest organizations. Ultimately, that being said, I could see this being something that could go all the way up to the Supreme Court. And from our experience in the travel ban, where the Trump administration wanted to restrict travel to the United States for mainly citizens of mainly Muslim countries, the Supreme Court did vote down party line 5-4 in upholding the majority of the Muslim or the travel ban. And so what you'll see is if this does go to court, depending on the scope of the executive order, I could see the Supreme Court, as it's currently composed, giving deference to Trump in the executive role he has to make this immigration policy. On the other side of things, we saw the Obama administration essentially use executive powers to formulate the DACA plan, which gave immigrants who came to the United States mainly as young children or youth the opportunity to apply for a 2-year work permit. It's been a very popular and favorable program, both sides politically, among the majority of Americans, but executive order was used to create DACA, and so I suppose the argument could be that Trump has some of those same powers in trying to curtail or restrict immigration. So this is a novel issue. We haven't seen the executive order yet. We don't know the scope that it's going to be purporting to do, but we will certainly keep tabs on it and be back with more updates as it evolves. In the meantime, we do hope everyone is staying safe and healthy and sane, and thank you for your time. Take care.